Welcome back to another Persona 5 the animation review. Today is episode 22. I'm Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
And together we're Kalshok. As always, Logan is an anime viewer only. We're going to discuss the episode and give our scores at the end. You ready?
Let's do it.
So, basically, everyone played right in... The Phantom Thieves played right into the hands of the prosecutor's office and whoever he's working with. Still don't quite know yet. And he's like, everyone's gonna dance to our tune. Basically, as we see, they set him up by setting up a calling card with the principal. So not only does it look like they just killed Okumura, it makes it look like they killed some principal. And obviously, they're setting up Sai Najima as well by putting her into position to go after them. Basically, by doing this, the investigation is getting kicked up a notch where Phantom Thieves are like a high priority tier.
Right.
And everyone's going to be going after them. Yeah, very sneaky. They, later we learn in there's someone else that's involved, They are using the Medjed name to basically trap them along with a few other things. They're just like, the fan site was manipulated to make them go after Okumura. So basically, like the last 2 months, they've been doing everything they can to set up the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah, they've been baited.
Yeah, and of course, by making it look like they're killing people, the fans thought they were up. The Phantom Thieves were true justice until they started murdering people, and it's like, oh, you made us think you guys were good guys, but in reality, you never were good. You just made us think that.
Right.
So definitely a lot of high level IQ plays going in here. But Haru almost split from the group too because what happened with Okumura until, she learned that they left a calling card with the principal. So, and she knew the Phantom Thieves were not going after the principal. At least she called them together and be like, hey, did you guys go after the principal? Like, no. Well, they left a calling card with him. So it's like, oh, okay. We aren't. Definitely a huge setup going on here.
Right. I don't know. I was trying to think of something to say. I just blanked out. So I'll say yes.
Yes. And then, the police think they're still, the Phantom Thieves are at that school. Like, they're questioning all the students. Like when they asked Joker, like, do you think the Phantom Thieves are involved in the school? Maybe. He's like, these students sure are elusive.
I don't know. Maybe. Like, maybe not.
I could be one. Maybe he could be one. We don't know. And, it's got the long con going here. Mishima's having trouble with the fan site, fan site got twisted. Now all these people are insulting the Phantom Thieves, which she doesn't like. So he's gonna be like, I'm gonna set up a purge. If you talk bad, you're getting removed. Which, the Phantom Thieves are like, that's not a good look. But his desire was starting to twist him, so they had to go in and take care of him. A lot of this episode here towards the end is actually just a lot of the social links coming out. Shima, King from the arcade. I actually really like this story, but of course we're running out of time. So, and the way they did it, they're like focusing on like a couple of the side social links, and then like briefly showing a few others.
Right, that's how it felt.
Basically, a lot of it was just to reiterate, hey, we don't want the Phantom Thieves to go away.
Yeah.
The true fans that are there with you, which everyone has.
We have 3 episodes. They can't go away.
My anime list removed the total episode list, like total episode number.
I think it's 20.
Because at one point it said 26.
I'll say it might be 26 actually.
Of course, we got more of Hifumi in there, the shogi player, which, like, a lot of these kind of characters have really good storylines, but it's kind of weird how they decided which ones to choose and which ones not to choose.
Right. It's also weird how they just quickly threw him in because
I think King
I mean,
was done all
obviously,
right because he was talking with Mishima about the Phantom Thieves, and the kid was like, he's right, and then just kept on like, all right, that's it. And then Hifumi would kind of get some of her story, and it kind of dealt with her and her mother and stuff like that, but they don't have time to really finish her story.
right? It's clear they don't have the time, so they're like, all right, let's just sprinkle it in here and there.
I mean, Shiho was at least, I guess, the important conclusion with her story. At least we've gotten her bit of the story from earlier, and now it's like, here's your conclusion, and it's
Right.
like her just coming to terms, and you know, really, that is just a lot of the episodes, just setting up the Phantom Thieves to believe in themselves again, to want to
Right. It was also a lot of like build up towards the, you know, the whole, I
end
guess,
game.
case, the
Yeah,
criminal case,
the
or whatever you
case,
want to call it.
because we a lot of the beginnings actually the investigators, and then like the second half is like the Phantom Thieves,
Right.
and of course at the end we get that the final crime, the target was Sai herself, who's interviewing
Ooh,
him.
I did
Like
not see that coming. I'll be honest. But
she's
we
like,
all know how this ends. He gets caught.
uh, so
But
yeah,
yeah, that was the episode.
it is, and we got
You want to jump?
some end game. We still like, yeah, we can jump in scores.
All right. Um, we'll give it a 7. It was lots of kind of like leading up to like this whole setup of the Phantom Thieves. Like we, made it look like they did something. We're kind of upping this up a notch to a more severe investigation. It's kind of like building up to. I mean, obviously the whole show's been building up to when Joker gets caught, but I mean this one kind of like stepped it up more. It's like this is all the events. It's like this is the domino effect that kind of led up to it. So that was enjoyable. Little side character stuff here and there. I didn't mind it too much. I mean, I could kind of see like they just wanted to put it in because it's from the game.
Yeah, it was like, here's some little bit of fan service, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I'll agree with the 7. A lot of the build up here. I do think it's a little bit odd with some of these little sprinkles of these side characters. Like it kind of like starts their stories, but doesn't have the time to finish them. Like Hifumi,
Right.
there's no way. We definitely don't have time if we go for the true ending, because like obviously we have to deal with the criminal part, but we also know we have Morgana's past that we still haven't finished either. So,
True.
and I'll just go ahead and say it, they are separate, so it's not concluded at the same time at all. So
Okay.
the fact that something's got to be sped up or something's going to get dropped.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see, because man, that's why I'm wondering, like, is it 26, 25? Like, if it's 26, maybe. If they think we can get there, but if it's 25, there's no way.
I think I read it was 26, but I honestly cannot remember.
Yeah, I remember in the beginning it was like 26 or something like that. So we are getting close to finishing almost everything we're watching. So, but yeah, that does it for the review.
And you know what that means? Spiel time.
If you just be sure to like, subscribe. I think I was gonna say, like, if you don't want a cardiac arrest like Haru's father, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
If you.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode, what you did, didn't like, movie score, anything like that. Again, no spoilers, as Logan is an anime viewer only, and plenty of others are. And until next time, peace out.
See ya.